This is the largest mansion ever built in Alabama. And for 7 years, it sat abandoned. Entire wings were left to fail. Water moved in and time took over, and millions were lost to neglect. But now, its future could push this place past $100 million. And today, we're stepping inside. The massive home you're looking at right now sits on 27 acres of beautiful land, hidden behind layers of security in Shoal Creek, Alabama. This is the largest private residence in the entire state. The mansion spans 68,000 square feet, built with 15 bedrooms and 22 bathrooms, on a scale that feels closer to a private resort than a home. And reaching this property isn't simple. We're here to meet Sergei Kaminskiy.
And your name?
Carter Banks. You too. Here we are. Oh my gosh, I'm so nervous. Shoal Creek is a gated community protected by 24-hour armed security. Privacy here isn't just a luxury, it's enforced. Beyond the final gates sits the estate itself. Even the driveway was designed to make a statement. A massive guitar-shaped entrance, carved directly into the landscape, leading straight to the front doors. The mansion was completed in 1997. It was designed by Birmingham architect Bill Shepard, and custom built for MedPartner CEO Larry House, a man at the height of corporate success. This wasn't built as a normal home, but a private compound, and every wing served a purpose. Every room was oversized, and every detail was meant to impress. For years, life moved fast inside these walls. Business, family gatherings, and moments that never left the property. But in 2017, everything changed. A frozen pipe burst inside the west wing of the mansion, flooding the entire section of the house. After the flood, repairs never fully came, and eventually, the mansion was practically left abandoned. And for the next 7 years, this place sat frozen in time. And what was built to represent power and success slowly became a reminder of how quickly everything can change. For years, this mansion sat vacant until 2025, and that's when the property was purchased for $4.8 million by Sergei Kaminskiy. And today, he's here, standing on the roof of the largest house in Alabama. This is Chateau De Kaminskiy. What's up, guys? It's BigBankz. We're back again for another episode. Today, we're at the biggest abandoned house in the United States, and we're here with the owner, Sergei Kaminskiy. Sergei, thanks for letting us come out.
Welcome, man.
He's going to show us around, and we're going to see this place. This is Chateau De Kaminskiy. It is 68,000 square feet, and you guys are in for a crazy treat today. Let's check it out. All right, so we are walking to the gate right now. I want to show you guys every bit of this property, and Sergei is going to show us around himself and give us a little bit of a tour. We're going to be cutting back and forth from the exploration to Sergei talking about his plans. Now guys, you can see it behind me. This is a huge house. So I want to start off at the gate and show you guys firsthand what it would be like to drive up to this property and go around this place, because it's absolutely incredible. So if you were to drive up to this mansion right here, here's what's going to happen. You're at the end of this cul-de-sac. Now you are in a gated neighborhood, private, 24/7, security, armed guards, everything, all of that sort. And then you come over here, you drive up to your massive driveway here at 7 Montague Way. Look at this gate. Now he has it open for us so we could drive in today. Absolutely gorgeous, gold, iron. And you can see that they still have a little bit of stuff to clean up. They have had power washers and soft washing coming out every day, and it's becoming more and more pristine as the days go by. Now we're gonna take a walk down the guitar-shaped driveway, and you can see from above that this driveway is shaped perfectly like a guitar. Now this mansion is very symmetrical. In every way, this is the most symmetrical mansion I've ever seen. Everything is like down to a T, perfect. You can see as we continue to walk forward, the mansion just starts getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So as we get up here, we get to this water feature. So this right here is a fountain, but Sergei said that this does not have any filtration system. So it's easy for the water to get green and dirty, but they are going to be putting in some sort of filtration system in here to have this up and running. Just the sheer size of this mansion is unbelievable. What brought you out to Alabama all the way from California?
And man, it's an interesting story, because we were vacationing in Naples, Florida, and this house popped up on my Instagram feed. When I first saw it, I was just like, who needs 55,000 square feet? Or because they were advertising it as that, right?
Yeah.
And so I was like, who needs that many square footage, right? That much square footage. Come on in, come on in. We reached out to the broker, the listing agent.
Yeah.
And he got back to me pretty quickly, and I was here the next day.
You put in your offer.
Put in the offer the same day.
So what did you get this place for?
4.8 million.
4.8 million.
That's
feels like a steal for a house that big.
Man, it's the deal of the century.
Yeah.
It really is the deal of the century. It sat on the market. They were trying to sell it as a pocket listing for a couple years. They went public with it just a few days before I saw it, and it went viral. So they had over 200 missed calls per day. And you know, I think it just took the right type of person with the right type of vision to actually move on this house.
Yeah.
You know, they showed it prior to going public with it close to 40 times. And you can imagine how long that takes. You know, walking a house like this, showing is probably about 4 hours. And then it's another about hour or so to go and turn off all the lights and lock all the doors. But when they went public, it did go viral. I know Shaquille O'Neal reached out, and there was a couple other big names that expressed interest in the home. Big CEOs from big corporations. They had the King of Africa here. One of the Kings of Africa fly out. But people from all over the world started flying out on their private jets to look at the home.
So how does that make you feel that like you got the chance over all these like big names like the King of Africa and Shaq?
I feel extremely blessed.
Yeah.
I feel extremely blessed. I think it was the right, it was meant to be. It was meant to happen.
Yeah.
That's truly what I feel. It's not every day you get an opportunity to see a home like this, walk in a home like this, and especially own a home like this.
Yeah.
I feel very blessed to be in this position.
Before we go any further inside, we're going to take you around the outside again. The pool, the equestrian center, the stables, and even the guest house.
Eventually I want to have a couple horses on the property.
Okay. Thoroughbreds?
Yeah, man, I hope. We want to have some carriages too.
Yeah.
So we want to be able to give someone the full experience with having a horse and a carriage and be able to go. So part of the reason that this house has a guitar shape is because of the horses.
Yeah.
It's to be able to have a couple carriages going in and out. It's just the most practical design. And when they were doing it, it started shaping up to be like a guitar, and they really embraced it. When I was talking to Larry House, he told me when he was a kid, he visited the mansion of one of the presidents. Their driveway was shaped in the guitar.
Okay.
And as a kid, he would see that, and it really inspired him, and he always really liked it. We're coming up to the stables here, and this is a good footage of what the wood looks like. I mean, it's very much rotted, and this is just throughout. If we're looking at the equestrian facility, we're looking at the stables, but on the inside, it's actually pretty nice. The real estate brokers told me when they listed the home for sale, they had someone come in here and offer them $1 million just to take apart some of these stables.
Wow.
And reuse them on their property.
$1 million?
$1 million.
Just for this?
For the stables, and I'm thinking some of the stuff in here, yes. They wanted to disassemble it and bring it to their property.
Wow.
I've been in some nice ones in Rancho Santa Fe in San Diego, and this is on par with some of the nicest ones that I've seen. And you could see every one has a camera ran. There is a ceiling fan. This is all temperature controlled. There's a heater in here. There are feeding stations in each one.
So these horses are living up.
Man,
good life.
These horses are living the dream.
I love the chandeliers in here too.
I like them too, man.
They're very nice for stables, you know. And we've seen houses with stables before, and I mean this is by far the nicest. This is the nicest one.
This is nice. Let me show you this room here too.
Oh my.
Yeah. So after you're done riding horses, You got your cowboy boots on and your cowboy hat. You come here and you sit down and you enjoy a cup of coffee or a drink of your liking. But it's a very neat room and it has a lot of character.
It does.
So all of these tiles were hand painted.
All this is hand carved, I assume?
All of this is hand carved and a lot of great detail went into this room. And again, there's a full apartment above this space as well.
Oh, so there's a living space up there.
There's a living space above it. So it's a nice living space above it as well. Another thing I love about this property is how much parking space we have.
Cars and coffee.
Cars and coffee, man. And then, you know, you're throwing any kind of a party, any event. You know, you go to a lot of these parties and they're parking these cars on the streets and the neighbors are complaining and it causes a lot of problems for the neighbors in the neighborhood. The benefit here is that we have ample parking space.
How many cars do you think could be on this property at one time?
A lot. I don't know. I haven't really counted, but I'll tell you after our first party. But you can imagine pulling up and you got the valet taking your car and greeting you, and then they're just pulling the cars off to the sides.
Of course. So this is the equestrian?
This is the equestrian. So they used to buy young horses and train them to be champion bred horses. This is a space we're still trying to figure out what to do with, and we have a lot of great options. One being leaving it as an equestrian facility. Talked about turning this into a beautiful gymnasium where we could put a basketball court and volleyball and that kind of thing. It could be kind of like a little banquet hall.
It does have high enough ceilings.
High ceilings. We were thinking about laughing about it. We can have gladiator matches in here. What do you think, man?
I think so. Might as well.
You know what I mean? This is pretty neat, man. I mean, it's a good space. It's a great space. It needs a lot of work. Again, roof leaks, stucco, waterproofing was compromised. But we'll see. We'll see what the final product will be.
So this is where the other apartments are.
That's correct. So the apartments are going to be on this main level here. So we have two of them on either side. Also, this is where the pool equipment is.
Okay.
So we have the pool equipment, the jacuzzi. I like how the home actually looks from this side as well. It has a real kind of a castle feel to it.
From the sky right here. Looks insane.
Yes, beautiful shot right here of the house.
I can imagine whenever this is all pressure washed too, it's gonna look just beautiful.
Yes, but you can see the stucco right now is just all peeling. Literally, you could just pull it off. You know, it's coming off in sections.
Yeah.
You know, so all of this has to be repaired and redone. Of course, now we're in the backyard here. The pool, we have two turtles living in the pool.
Really?
So I don't know if we can find them. The pool now has leaks in it from the lights, and you can see it's holding the water level right at the lights.
Yeah.
Is because it's, you know, it's that's where the leaks are. So we're gonna have to repair that.
And you plan on keeping all this blue tile and?
I like the blue tile.
Because it has sort of like that
kind of a Versace.
the Greek
Yeah.
design there.
Has that little Versace Greek design. So we'll see. We'll see how it comes out. We're gonna try to restore it the best we can. If we can make it work, we will. Come over to this place here. This is the hot tub. And there's a nice waterfall edge right there. So there's like a whole wall of water that comes down when we have it running. And the mural that you see here is actually a constellation of 1999, 11:59 p.m.
Really?
So they took a picture of the sky, and this is exactly how it was.
And they painted it.
And they painted it here on the hot tub. When you're sitting in the hot tub and you're looking through the glass fireplace, if the front door is open, you could see all the way through to the front gate.
That's so cool. Wow.
It's pretty neat.
That's so cool.
So you have, you know, the whole backyard, the entirety of the house, and then a 600-foot driveway, and you could see clear through.
You're gonna do that one day, huh?
Man, I'm telling you. One of the things that I love about this home is how perfectly symmetrical everything is. There's just so much balance to everything. Larry House is very much kind of like, I think, a little bit OCD too, and he wanted it just right. He wanted it perfect.
Well, they did an amazing job. I mean, this is one of the most incredible homes I've ever seen.
Man, you and I both. All right, so you know, also what we have here is some of the tile, actually a lot of the tiles, they're popping up, and so we're gonna have to replace a lot of them.
What makes them pop up like that?
I think it's the same thing. I think over time, moisture gets into it,
Okay.
If it's not resealed, not regrouted, moisture will go in and then the tiles will pop. But you can see a lot of them here are popping up, and we actually have some significant settling that happened.
Yeah, it's a little bit slanted.
Yes, and that has to be addressed. When you have a home like this where you have so many retaining walls and there are so many different levels to it, I'm actually very impressed how it held up, you know, because this is the only place where I saw some of the settling happening.
So it's not slanted like this on the other side?
No. So there, you could see here actually.
Oh yeah.
You see here, so you could see a big drop here. So initially this was the original grade, and it went down probably about 2.5, 3 inches.
Yeah, it looks
right
like
there. So this is where I want to have some of the nice designs done to mimic kind of the Chateau de Versailles, something similar. We'll put our own spin on it.
Is that kind of like how you do tiles and then there's grass in between?
Correct,
Stuff?
yes, but this will be very nicely formed and then poured with concrete, and then we'll probably do some really high grade turf.
Turf? Okay.
Here just to keep it pristine.
Keep it nice all year
Keep
round.
it pristine. There's a lot to look at. I still walk around, I'll still discover things, you know?
Yeah, I'm surprised you haven't found a secret door yet or something.
Man, if I did, I wouldn't tell you. But we're looking, man, we're looking. Okay, so walking into the guest house here. So one of the things here that was installed, which is very impressive, is they have these 2 massive generators here that run the entire home if the power ever goes out.
Wow.
Every light switch in the house, every appliance, all of the plumbing, all of the heating system still works.
That's amazing because, I mean, if anything ever does happen,
That's right.
You'll be covered.
So if the power goes out, this automatically should kick on, and then it's powering the entire home.
You can understand the scale of this home from the outside, but the story doesn't really begin until you step back in.
Look at this. So we have the grand foyer right here. We have a double staircase, and this staircase is so luxurious. You have the marble that's imported from Italy. You have the iron railing. Look at the details of it, how it gets skinny to thick. You have even the leaves right there. You have all of this gold leafing on everything. Now this took 5 people and so much time to put this real gold leafing on everything. So it's going all the way up the stairs. It's all along the pillars. It's all along the trim, all up there. That is the biggest chandelier that I've ever seen in my life. And no telling how much that thing is worth or where it came from. But that is huge. And the murals painted on the ceiling are out of this world. Some stuff that you would see in a grand palace somewhere in Europe, right here in Alabama. So this house has been abandoned the last 7 years. Why don't you show us the bad stuff,
Sure.
the stuff that you got to work on, the big main things, because
Absolutely.
obviously there's a lot of beauty that's still here. There's a lot of like really good bones that everybody's going to love to see throughout this video.
Right.
But I want to show them what probably the realtors didn't show much of.
Correct.
You know.
Yeah, and that's one of the things. The brokers, the real estate agents did a phenomenal job promoting and advertising this property. They were hired to sell the home, and they showed the best parts of the home. So when you look at a lot of the photos and the videos that have gone viral, they don't show the bad stuff.
Yeah.
And so they're only showing the highlight reel, and I think that explains why it's out on the market for so long, and that explains the price. It's not something that just anybody would be able to undertake.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know, you need to really understand the business, you need to understand real estate and see the potential.
But that's what you do best.
That's what we do best. We saw that it could be done. With the right talent, the right energy, the right vision, we can bring this thing back.
Yeah.
And make it amazing. But let me show you around. The owner that owned it prior to us, as soon as they bought it in 2017, they had a flood on the west wing of the house. One of the pipes froze. It caused the leak. So it busted the pipe and the water came down and it flooded the entire west wing of the house. And so that's what we're gonna walk into now. They had to gut the entire kitchen and hers master suite on the west wing. And also the story above us, which we'll go into later, was fully gutted. and then the basement was gutted as well. What we're gonna do with this space, I mean, for us, it's kind of a blessing. I saw some of the photos of the previous kitchen.
So what was it like in here?
It was dark.
Dark.
So dark cabinetry. In my opinion, it wasn't to the scale of the home. It was actually one of the spots in the home where I looked at it and I'm like, man, I would definitely want to redo that kitchen if I got my hands on the home. But you could see the kitchen actually ended right here. So this is, you know, one of the walls. What we're going to do with it is we're going to blow this wall out. We're going to make the kitchen larger and open it up on this side and on that side. And we're going to have two beautiful islands here. There's going to be a really nice range, kind of where you're facing backwards that way. Some nice chandeliers, side by side, fridge and freezer. It's gonna be beautiful. We're gonna bring some of the wood beams into the kitchen as well. And we're redoing and getting rid of some of these murals, and we're gonna do something much nicer. This wall is going away as well. This will be a nice breakfast
table?
Yeah, breakfast nook area here. So as we walk into this space, this is the Hers master suite. It's interesting because it has two main level master suites and they're on the opposite sides of the house.
Yeah, that's, wow, oh my gosh.
Yeah, so
That chandelier.
this was one of the most beautiful rooms in the house.
Really?
Like, I mean, it was one of the most beautiful bedrooms in the house, I should say. I mean, you could see the chandelier is magnificent. My goal is to restore this room back to its original condition.
So you're going to keep everything, right? You're going to keep the chandelier?
Correct. Yes, we're gonna keep the chandelier where it is. As you could see here, they actually did a pretty decent job disassembling everything.
So here's all the moldings.
Yeah, you could see all the moldings. You can see all of the detail.
These are probably hand carved.
A lot of that is hand carved and a lot of custom work here. And so we're gonna try to preserve a lot of this and reinstall it where it was originally taken from. Hopefully we can bring this room back.
This looks like a bathroom?
This is a bathroom. And again, so this is, we're gonna make this a really nice steam shower. It's gonna have a couple nice vanities in here and we're gonna basically redo this entire space.
A tub's still going to go right
Correct.
here.
So this is still going to be the location for the tub. We're going to put a nice jetted tub in here, and it's going to be beautiful, man.
Amazing.
It's going to be amazing. Let me show you upstairs.
Okay.
Upstairs is where it gets really exciting. So when you walk into this space here, you're walking into what will be the Biohacking Health Wellness Facility.
Now, for some people that are watching that might not know what biohacking
Sure.
means, can you explain what biohacking is?
It's just optimizing your health, right? Using all of the latest and greatest technology to optimize your health, right? Some of the things that we're gonna have in here, and I'll go over it with you, kind of give you a little tour here. You know, like this area will be a nice fireplace when you walk in. There will be a nice seating area in the center here. Gorgeous chandelier above you. Little tea coffee station in this spot here with some fresh fruit. This will be like the zero gravity lounge chairs.
Okay.
Where you can actually sit back, relax, maybe get an IV or do an NAD treatment. Here will be a large hot tub that can accommodate up to 12 people. We don't need to have that many in here. It could be just one or two. But there are gonna be about 5 pumps operating just this hot tub because I want a lot of jets.
Yeah, a lot of jets.
And a lot of jets with good pressure for a good massage.
Good muscle relaxing.
Yeah, and actually above us here, we're designing a nice custom hand-painted mural.
Are you going to have like some sort of artist from like Italy come out or something
Actually,
like that?
we already have someone in mind.
Really?
So an Italian guy who, we call him the Da Vinci, right? Of the modern era, but he does amazing hand paintings, amazing murals. Yeah, he's already working up some designs for me.
Sweet,
So
I can't wait to see him.
This spot here is going to be the best shower experience you've ever had. So when you walk into here, you're gonna have body jets, rainfall, waterfall, steam, aromatherapy. So you could put like some eucalyptus or
Some essential
lavender
oils.
essential oils, and chromotherapy lighting. So
Wow.
it's
So it's like all in one.
It's going to be all in one. It's going to be a special experience. And when we go into this space, we'll have a dry sauna in this corner here. Here we'll have the steam room, and there will be a small bathroom behind that. And so when we go to this spot here, we'll have the cryotherapy, and next to it will be an infrared sauna.
Cryotherapy is where it's extreme cold, right?
Extreme cold. It'll
what I
get like
thought.
below 200 something degrees.
Oh my gosh.
And Usually you'll put on some mittens and maybe some earmuffs, and you'll go in there for about 3 to 5 minutes usually. But it'll get you woken up. You'll come out of there rejuvenated. This will be a shower here, and then this will be a cold plunge. So this entire kind of area here is kind of the wet room.
Wet room,
right? So like all the wet procedures. And then we'll walk into this way where we have the locker rooms and the relaxation room. This spot here will have a woman's locker room, and then we're framing another one which will be the men's locker room. Again, another little kind of seating area, maybe a couple massage chairs here. Right here we'll have some open shelving for robes and slippers, towels, that kind of thing. Right in front of us here, what we'll have is a couple bathrooms, kind of like powder rooms where you can go in and freshen up and get ready.
So what did this look like when you first purchased the house?
Exactly the way you're seeing it.
Really?
So we have not touched anything in these rooms. This is exactly how it was when they were selling the home. This is the except we cleaned up some of the mess.
Yeah.
So there was actually more moldings and more mess, and
so that's why we didn't see this in the realtor videos or anything.
Exactly.
Like that.
Okay. So it's kind of like we didn't see the kitchen, we didn't see the master suite, we didn't see this area, nor the basement that's been destroyed too in the real estate videos. But all of this needs to be put back together. And so when you're done with the spa treatment, you actually can go out on this beautiful deck. Well, it will be beautiful, but currently they removed this tile here. You could see some of these chisel marks where they compromise the waterproofing, and so that's what's causing the water damage on the porte-cochere that we saw coming in. All of this has to be, of course, redone, so we need to redo the waterproofing. We cleared all the drains were all clogged as well. The home came with cast iron piping, cast iron drains, which is actually not a bad thing because it makes draining the water, when the waters run through the pipe, it's quieter. You don't hear it like you do in the PVC. And so it's not a bad thing, but when you don't use the pipes, it builds up corrosion within the piping. And so all of these drains were clogged, so we needed to use a really heavy duty snake and just clear them all out. So
was that kind of a challenge?
It was a challenge. It was a challenge. So actually the first night we were staying here, my kids went to take a shower. I went down to turn off the lights and I heard water running, and I'm like, I hope it's not what I think it is.
It's like an oh no moment.
I know, oh no, and I walked in and I see just water gushing down from the ceiling in one of the areas. And so the next day we had plumbers here, and they're snaking it out, and we got it done. So
no more shower leaks.
It's flowing nicely now. After a spa session, you can come out on this deck and enjoy your tea and fresh fruit. And if we're having a cars and coffee, or we're having a cocktail party or whatever, this is, you get to stand up here and you can see cars rolling in.
Cars and coffee here is the Lamborghinis and everything, man.
We're probably going to reach out to Bugatti. They love the chateaus.
That's crazy.
They love the chateaus, man. And I saw one of the videos they recently posted, and I was like, we could do better for them. We can give them a nicer backdrop. All right. Let's keep walking. This is where the massage room will be, right? So you'll have 2 massage beds here. We could do couples massages. On the right side here will be the hyperbaric chamber. Hyperbaric chamber here. And then on the left side here, we'll have the red light, blue light bed, even a little tanning spray booth, man.
Okay.
So we can look nice and golden brown.
Do you anticipate a lot of big time name athletes to come here?
Absolutely. This property is so special. I've been into thousands of homes just because of the nature of my business, and I love real estate. I've never seen a property quite like this. It's a very special home. It's located on 27 pristine acres. It's in a 24/7 fully armed gated community. We have access to a private lake that's well stocked with fish. It's a special property. Anyone can come here and feel secure. Not only because of the community security that's already here, but you can also have more security. You could put a couple people on the roof of this place.
You could.
And it'll be like the White House. We're planning to host some big names in the sports world. Right? Some athletes, certain influencers, business leaders, CEOs.
That's going to be amazing.
It's going to be fun.
It's going to be fun. Quite fun.
Yeah, because think about it. Someone can come here with a private invite. Of course, it's not for commercial. I'm not. This is a personal home, but I'll be opening it up for certain people, and they can come here, and we can get them a private chef. We give them a couple masseuses.
The whole
thing. They can get some personal trainers here, right, and kind of just enjoy it with the family. enjoy with the family and have a great time.
So if there's going to be personal trainers, there's going to be a gym.
There's going to be a gym. Let's go in. Let me show you. Let me show you. We're walking into the gym, and this will be the cardio room.
Okay.
So we'll have some fan bikes set up here. All of that will be, you know, walls of mirror, probably a couple TVs, and then some treadmills here. Right in front of us here on the left side will be the smoothie slash juice bar.
Okay.
So you can make yourself a creatine, a protein, you know, smoothie to your liking. And then when you walk through here, we'll have a washer dryer for all of the gym towels. The bathroom here will stay, obviously needs to be redone. And then what we're entering now is the weight room. So we'll have free weights right behind you on that wall there. So we have the free weights here. There will be some squatting racks on this side. And then there will be just some nice workout machines here.
Okay.
And then right behind you there will be the wrestling slash jiu-jitsu mats with a punching bag, a heavy bag, and a speed bag. My son is big into jiu-jitsu.
I was about to say, I saw on his Instagram that he's a pretty good guy. He's pretty good at that.
he loves the jiu-jitsu, and we know quite a few people from the jiu-jitsu community. They're amazing people. They train very, very hard. We're actually going to be sponsoring some of the fighters. I want to have them come out and do training camps here.
That would be so cool.
And inspire them and maybe do some master classes and do some business kind of classes, that kind of thing.
So this entire thing right here is going to be like a wrestling mat.
A wrestling mat. So for that, what we're going to do is we're going to put mats up on the walls too, because they tend to,
just safety-wise,
they tend to go pretty hard. But yeah, we'll have a punching bag, a heavy bag in this corner here, and then there will be a speed bag on this side here, and some benches so other people could just sit around and watch them roll.
Watch the matches and
Watch
sparring.
the matches, yeah.
What's your time frame on like this part of it?
Well, I'm kind of looking at about 2 to 3 years for everything. I'm all about setting expectations.
Yeah.
And I'd rather try to exceed them. You know, so I'm not being overly aggressive with my timelines. So I'm saying 2 to 3 years to complete this project. It's a lot of home to do.
It is, yeah.
You know, between the main home, between the guest house, the stables, the equestrian, all of it needs work. Also, I want to improve all of the landscape lighting, the outdoor speakers, and there's so much. Yeah. There's so much to do. Also, while you're doing the spa session, you can go out on this deck, please, after you. So here we'll have outdoor furniture, and you'll be able to sit here and actually look at the pool. And you can see, as you can already see, we got the pressure washing and soft washing already started. We're making progress already. So some of the house already looks a lot better than it did when we first bought it.
I can imagine once this pool's done,
man,
and everything's pressure washed, everything's clean, this is all landscaped however you want it.
Yes.
This is gonna be like just almost like a dream to come sit out here and just hang out.
Absolutely. Walking into this room here, you'll understand, like the previous owners that owned the home before us, I think they were trying to convert it into more of a modern kind of a home, and this is the furniture that came with the home, so this is kind of what they were buying. A lot of Z Gallery. Like this room here, they sprayed it all white, right? And they did that actually. We'll go into another room in the master suite, and they did the same thing. To me, design is subjective. I never like to talk down on anyone's design style, but
that's not what you're going for.
It's a chateau.
Yeah.
So we want to embrace the chateau feel. It needs to have a lot of character. The colors, the
intricate details.
The detail. It has to be a chateau. So again,
this was all here. These tables.
This was all here. So you can see again the decks. Similar situation here. They compromised the waterproofing here as well during the demolition of the tile. And so we got a lot of water damage from underneath. And you can see all of this right here was removed from the roof sections, and that had to be put back. And we already got to do some of the work with the rain gutter repair. Like that gutter was way hanging down. We already did quite a bit to try to bring it back. But we're working, it's a work in progress.
Yeah.
But you see, so what they're using they call it soft washing. And it's
like a chemical.
It's a chemical. So it's a chlorine mixed in hydrochloric. I don't know, it's chlorine, something with the chlorine. But basically gets rid of the mold. And the nice thing about it is that they're not using super ultra high pressure. There are companies out there that even use drones
The drones to spray it? Yeah,
the drones, the drones to spray it. It's amazing to see the before and after of that.
Yeah, and they've already done the
They've
whole front
already
side,
did,
right?
yeah, they already did the whole front, so it looks so much better. Let's stand here for a little bit, right? This is the ballroom, and this is gonna be a very multi-purpose, so you can have it to have like a presenter, right, with maybe 75 to 120 chairs set up here and do a class or a master class or just a good, get together. You can have little cocktail tables set up here.
Of course.
Right, and just have a very formal type of a party. For Christmas, we were thinking
A massive tree.
a massive, huge tree, and Santa Claus, man, and Santa Claus, and do just great photo ops, man.
Oh yeah, have people come take the pictures with Santa Claus?
Wouldn't that be awesome?
That
man?
would be awesome.
You know?
I can imagine the wreath and
That's it.
everything
I
up
love
there.
that. I love that. One of the things we want to use this home is to also give back a little bit,
Yeah.
and maybe do some charity events and
Of course.
kind of nonprofit things where we could benefit the younger generation, inspire them. Again, teach them business and show them what's possible.
Yeah, they don't learn enough in school about
They really
how to
don't.
go out and do big things like what you've accomplished. And
Yeah.
even things like I've accomplished. Obviously, I'm not to your scale yet.
100. Man, you're doing phenomenal, man.
Yeah.
You're doing
but-
phenomenal.
And I appreciate that.
Yeah.
In school, nobody taught me anything about business. They teach
You're
you
right.
things that I think there are a lot of unnecessary stuff these days, but I think that what you're doing here is going to be absolutely amazing for younger people.
I believe it.
I was telling you earlier, my son, he has a disability. Stuff like this, can also help him.
Man, we'd have to have them out.
Yeah, he would love it.
I'd love them to come out. A lot of kids nowadays, they lack vision.
Yeah.
And you're right. The school system a lot of times doesn't teach you, the skills that are required to actually succeed in life. And one of the things that I'm very passionate about is entrepreneurship. I literally could talk about business from sunrise to sunset, and I only get more energized. It's something about it that just gets my mind going and my blood flowing. And I love inspiring. Actually, one thing we didn't touch on, because we're going to be doing cars and coffee, and we're going to have some of these events and private parties, we will be putting in a French-inspired coffee shop here. So it'll be fully functional coffee shop with a few baristas here whipping up nice drinks. So you can come up here and we'll have a nice menu on the wall and you can order a drink to your liking.
That will be awesome.
Yeah, it will be amazing.
To have your own coffee shop in your house.
That's it. That's it. We'll have some fresh pastries. It'll be dialed in, man. It'll be dialed in. So now we're walking into what is my office. So welcome to my office.
My gosh.
Yeah, so this is, I have some pictures of them actually doing the murals on the ceiling, and it's all hand painted, very intricate, detailed work. I mean, you got to be very talented to do this.
This looks so like Italy.
It does. It really does. So the original developer, builder of the home, Larry House, actually a nice gentleman. I got to meet him several times, and he's traveled a lot to St. Petersburg and Europe, and so a lot of the design and inspiration in this home came from there. For the most part, I'm going to keep a lot of this the same, but I want to add some more gold leafing. Some of the flower detail, some of the moldings, I want to accent them and pop them a little bit more with the gold leafing. But you could appreciate the detail on
the lions
on the mantles. And one thing it's hard to grasp through the camera is the scale of everything.
Oh yeah, this thing's huge.
It's huge. It's big. How tall are you?
I'm 6'7".
6'7". There you go, the classic 6'7". Let's go. Yeah, I mean, you could see how big everything is, and I realized that when we bring in a furniture piece or we're putting something in, it just looks tiny in this home. Everything is to a much larger scale, and so now when we are staging this home, it's quite the challenge because we need to get pieces that are going to fit the scale of the home.
So you have to get big pieces.
You can't go to More Furniture and Jerome's to stage this home. We're planning a trip to Europe actually, visit some of the auction houses there and go to some of the estate sales and really try to assemble pieces with the story. When you look at these chandeliers and you look at all of these light fixtures throughout the home, what I was told by Larry House is that he bought a lot of these from auction houses. They have a story, they have a history. They came out of chateaus, they came out of huge estates from Europe, right? And so we want to continue that tradition. Every piece has to have a story. Okay, so on this side, we're currently on the east wing of the house, and we're walking into the master suite. When we first purchased the home, that was not there. Basically, that was all just boarded up with plywood. There was water coming in. There was active leaks happening. And this is another good example of kind of the previous owners just spraying everything white. At some point, the moldings here actually had nice gold leafing.
They painted it white?
They painted it white.
Why?
Yeah, man, that's kind of the question. That was my reaction when I first saw it.
It takes away the character of this
It
place.
really does. I'm bringing somebody back now to reapply it again. So now we're gonna bring it back, and actually another area where I want to do some nice murals is going to be these 3 ceiling niches here.
Same artist?
Same artist.
Okay.
Okay, so now we're walking into what will be the master bathroom, and we're redoing the flooring here is going to be redone. We're redoing the cabinets in here as well. But we're trying to preserve some of the elements that were already here, but we're just enhancing the design. This is a fully functional steam shower. We're gonna get that up and running, and a lot of these fixtures, when you're looking at like the plumbing fixtures and you're looking at these door handles, these are some exquisite door handles. The manufacturer is still around, and we did a little bit of research. I mean, they're very expensive.
Really?
Everything is very, very expensive, and so we're trying to preserve a lot of that. Yeah.
What do you plan on doing with the floor in here? Do you plan on having it match the tub there, or?
Well, initially it was black. It made this room look very dark.
Look really dark, yeah.
Yes, and I want to go with something a little bit lighter. So we're going to go with like a crema marfil marble on a diagonal pattern, and we'll probably bring in some of the black and do like little inlays in the floor pattern.
That way it'll still really match that.
Correct, but we want to see some contrast.
Yeah,
I want to see some contrast. It was very monotone, and just didn't look to our liking.
Yeah.
This will be the conference room. Of course, a really nice large table here, a large TV on that back wall. I spent a lot of time doing Zoom calls.
Yeah.
So most likely,
This is where your meetings happen.
yes, this will be where the meetings happen. This is where action happens, and we'll have some nice picture frame TVs on this wall displaying different projects we've done, and something real cool here. I'm thinking maybe like an aerial shot of the property.
But the guitar shape?
With the guitar shape, I think like this would be a good wall for that. Okay, let's keep going. I'll take you guys downstairs.
Now, does the elevator work?
The elevator works, but it is a little bit glitchy. Freaked us out. we got into it and we were going up a level, and then all of a sudden it just had this real, like a real strong one, and all of us just froze because we thought we were about to start falling down. But the doors opened, we got out, and we said, okay, we got to get it serviced. But the elevator is actually a hydraulic elevator. Okay. So it's a commercial style elevator, just like you would have in a hotel. It's not like your typical pulley system. So when you walk into this room here will be kind of the men lounge billiard room. We're gonna have some dark wood accents here, some nice murals, most likely. Again, I'm having some designs put together for that.
And you plan on keeping all these paintings up?
Yes, I think, well, for now I'm planning to keep them, and we'll see how they work with the new design. I don't mind them now, I just know that we want to add a couple more TVs here.
Yeah.
We want to be able to watch maybe a couple different games and maybe a UFC fight at the same time. Let me show you guys what will be the movie theater, and he got it up and running.
Oh, it's working.
So we actually have an AV guy here now, but you could see here before we walk in, we have an actual,
like a ticket booth.
It's a ticket booth, box office. We got to pay for the chateau somehow. So we'll be, one of the kids will be selling tickets here, and we'll have to offset the cost of the renovation. Here, most likely, we'll have kind of like a popcorn section with some candies to your liking. But this is, you can see, this is really a unique wallpaper. It's a 3D kind of a wallpaper.
Wow, yeah, that is. Are you gonna have like a chandelier or something?
Yes, we have the chandelier. We took it down because we're detailing it. There's a lot of little crystals on it, so it's going through a detailing process. Here we're walking into the movie theater. It's a 25-person movie theater, and you could see how amazing the detail is in this room.
I mean, this doesn't even look as nice as a lot of movie theaters today.
You're right.
This is This is way nicer.
I've never been in a movie theater quite like this.
Yeah, this is.
You know, when you're looking at the detail on the ceiling here.
It's more of a more like built like a theatrical
That's it.
theater.
You're right. You're right. And I was actually inspired after some movie theater here in Alabama.
Really?
Or some theater in Alabama. I'm not sure what it is, but that's what I heard. The curtains close automatically and they'll open, but it looks like we got the theater working. That's amazing.
Man, you could have comedy clubs.
Dude, I'm telling you, there's so, like the options are endless.
You could invite like actual like famous comedians come out.
Get Dave Chappelle out here?
Yeah.
For the VIPs?
Yeah, that'd be
let's
so
go.
cool.
So this is the
This is a wine cellar, right?
2,000 bottle wine cellar.
Oh my gosh.
Temperature controlled with humidity control as well.
This is incredible.
This is very nice.
You're gonna stock this?
Yeah, I'm planning on it, man. You know, I actually had some really good wineries reach out to me already because they saw that we purchased the home and they're reaching out and they're like, man, let us help you stock this wine cellar. What I was envisioning is having kind of sections from different countries in different places, right?
That'd be so cool.
Which would be neat. That's the vision.
Looks like you got one bottle.
Man, so yeah, so this bottle here was actually brought to me by one of the really nice neighbors here.
Really?
Yeah, yep. He dropped it off before Christmas and he welcomed me to the neighborhood and I told him, I said, it's the first bottle in the wine cellar.
That's awesome.
We're surrounded by some really good people here.
Do you plan on keeping like this door?
Yes,
Original
feel that door. Try to move that door. That
That's
door is
heavy.
massive.
This is beautiful. I assume this is brass.
Yes.
I mean, this is, wow.
Man, I love the detail on this door and it's just so solid.
It is solid.
So
It's
solid.
so heavy.
So heavy. So everything in this home was built like a tank.
Yeah,
And that's
I could
one
tell.
of the things that I really loved about this home. When we're looking at some of these concrete walls, we'll get to see them in the basement. You know, they're about this thick. They're really solid. Everything here is built like a tank.
You did mention to me that this is 17,000 square foot, just the basement.
17,000 square foot basement.
So most modern day mansions aren't even 17,000 square feet.
You're right.
So-
It's wild to think that it's 17,000 square feet.
Yeah, that alone
I
just
know.
gives you a scale of how big this place is.
Yes, and we're gonna deck it out. I mean, because this will be the ultimate man cave, right? I mean, so now what we're walking into is going to be a car garage for different toys,
Okay.
different cars.
So the garage is right there.
So there's a garage there, and we're going to be removing this wall that's separating the two spaces. And I was told that at some point this was actually part of the garage.
Really?
And then he put up a wall and made this into office space. So they had people on the phone, there was cubicles here, and there was actually a lot of phones that we already cleared out, but there was a lot of phones in here. But what we want to do is get rid of that wall, and there will be a turntable here, so for like car spinning.
Oh my
Right?
gosh.
And then there will be 3 of these turntables. So there will be another one in the middle and then one more over there. And we'll probably have maybe a nice car, a motorcycle or something, and maybe another car here. And then you'll have more cars behind that wall here, which will be opened up.
How many cars do you think will fit in this area?
Probably about 6 or 7 cars.
6 or 7?
Yeah,
That's
6
cool.
or 7 cars will comfortably fit between the 2 spaces. But we have more garages.
Yeah?
We have more garages on the
So you're
property.
going to expand your collection a little bit?
I hope so, man. God willing.
I know you have a blue Lamborghini.
I do.
What is it? Which one is it? Is it?
The Aventador.
It's an Aventador.
Yeah,
That's
it's
what I
an
thought. I saw
Aventador.
the doors.
It's a nice one. I've had it for a while.
And that's going to be on the turntable.
No, that one's gonna stay in San Diego.
Okay.
Well, we're gonna probably get different ones
So
here.
you're going to have a whole new collection out here.
That's the plan. But here we want to put floor-to-ceiling glass, like they have at the dealerships. You know, it's just gonna be very nice, and it'll be a lounge area in this area. So we're gonna get rid of some of these walls and have a real nice lounge area where you could sit back, look at the cars, and have like a little nice.
So it looks like this used to be a gym.
Yeah.
A very small gym.
A very small gym. A very small gym.
You're taking the gym from being this to huge.
A huge wellness center, man. Yeah, so this is good. Let's go take a look at the roof deck. You're gonna get the special VIP treatment. You walk up here and you have this massive roof hatch.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Holy cow.
Beautiful, right?
This is crazy. And then
But-
you can really see that guitar shape
You can.
at full scale right here.
Yeah, this is, you get a good view of the guitar.
Do you plan on doing any sort of different landscaping with it right there?
We're going back and forth on some things. One of the things when they developed this property that was overlooked was the water feature in the front. There is currently no filtration system installed in that. So all it's doing is just circulating water. That's not the best way to do it because it'll turn green really quick.
Yeah.
So we're trying to now actually design a way to have a nice filtration system for the waterfall and water feature because that's obviously an important element and I want to have that running. Also, the two lions that we see here, those are actually hand carved out of huge blocks of marble. And I was told that each line is $500,000.
That's crazy.
That's what it costs to carve those lines and bring them out here.
So $1 million sitting right there.
That's it. And we're actually putting that in front of the house. So what I'm doing in our design is I'm building up bases for them and we want to bring them out to the front of the gate.
So they're going to be sitting out there?
They're going to be sitting out there, so there's going to be one of the first things you see as you roll up to the chateau.
And those things are beautiful.
They're gorgeous, and if you get a chance, walk up close to them and appreciate the detail.
Yeah.
I've done it several times and I'm just blown away by the detail on those lions. One of the things we're designing in front is a guardhouse, an additional security kind of guardhouse. So
you have somebody out here pretty much 24/7.
Yeah, so you could have somebody out here 24/7. And this is what I was talking about, man. You put a couple guys up here.
Yeah.
Man, you got this place locked down.
It's secured.
Another thing we want to do is add a railing here.
Okay.
Because I do want to be able to use this as a rooftop deck. We want to be able to have people come out here without being worried of them falling over.
Yeah, of course.
As you can see now, it's very easy to
trip and fall.
End up on the other side of this. We want to make sure it's safe.
Now, is this roof good? Did you have to do anything to preserve this?
So good question. What I was told by Larry is underneath this is a nice copper roof. I'm not even sure we need the TPO on here. So we'll actually pull back a section and see if we can bring the copper back.
Okay. I assume this is copper as well, top of this.
Yes. So I was talking to Bill Shepard, the original architect, and he told me they literally drew a picture. He hand drew a picture of these caps for the chimneys, and he gave it to the company. And they made them perfect to the T and delivered them here on site. So to lift these, they're very heavy. They had to have a massive crane lifting each one of these up and setting them on the chimneys. This one here is huge, of course, but it was all designed and engineered to sustain heavy wind. And it's been here for 30 years and it's still here. One of the things that I loved about this home is because it's located and positioned, and this is by design, between two of these hillsides, it actually shelters it from tornadoes.
Yeah.
It helps protect it. Where it's located, it's supposed to be shielded from it.
One thing we were saying is, because we've been in a lot of mansions, we've been in a lot of these big houses.
Yeah.
And most of the time they feel kind of cold.
Correct.
But this one, for some reason, it feels very cozy.
It does.
For being so big and so grand, it feels cozy in a way.
You're 100% right. And we talk about that with our family too.
Yeah.
It's such a big home, but it feels homey.
Yeah. You would think it would feel
cold and abandoned and scary and all of the above.
But it feels inviting and warm, and I don't know, it feels different.
It does.
Yeah.
It really does. It really does. Yeah, and I appreciate you saying that because that's exactly how we feel. Great. Well, I'm glad you guys got to see the rooftop deck.
Yeah, man. Thank you for showing us. This is incredible.
Thank you for coming out.
Thank you for showing us, Sergei. It was very nice.
I appreciate you guys, man. You guys were great guests.
I'm super excited to see what you do to this place. This is one of my favorite houses I've ever seen.
That's awesome, and I'm so glad to hear that because I've seen your stuff, man, and you've been into some nice homes.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're saying that. It's a special property, man, but I know we'll turn it into something truly amazing and magnificent.
I know you will.
Yeah.
And
thank you
again.
Thank you
again, man.
Appreciate you guys.
Thank you again for this opportunity. Excited to see what happens to Chateau De Kaminskiy. And that is the end of today's exploration. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode just as much as I enjoyed exploring it. Shout out to Sergei Kaminskiy for letting us come and tour his new project. It's my favorite mansion we've ever done, and I cannot wait to do another video here whenever it's finished. Guys, comment down below your favorite part of this mansion. That is by far the best place I think we've done. Now we're gonna go on and we're gonna keep on exploring the world, and we're gonna see what else we can come across. Guys, if you wanna check out the merch, don't worry, at BigBankz.com. Check it out down below in the description, or hit the shop tab on my channel. And guys, until next time, BigBankz out.